The days in Lumina had always flowed like a gentle stream. The sky. Orion led her to a secluded cove, hidden from the rest of Lumina by a wall of jagged rocks. As they approached, Elara noticed a faint glow emanating from within the cove, like the soft light of the moon reflected on water.
"What is this place?"
she asked, her voice hushed. Orion didn't answer immediately. Instead, he guided her to the edge of the cove, where a small pool of water lay nestled among the rocks. The water was perfectly still, its surface like glass, reflecting the stars above. But as Elara looked closer, she realized that the light wasn't coming from the sky. It was coming from within the pool itself.
"This,"
Orion said,
"is the gateway to my world."
Elara's breath caught in her throat. She had heard tales of other worlds, of places beyond the reach of ordinary mortals, but she had never believed them, until now.
"Your world,"
she echoed, her voice trembling with a mix of awe and fear. Orion nodded.
"I come from a place far beyond this one. A place where the sea meets the sky. And the stars are closer than you can imagine. My people, we're not like the people of Lumina. We have powers. Abilities that allow us to travel between worlds. To see things others cannot."
Elara's mind raced, trying to process what he was saying.
"But why are you here?"
she asked.
"Why did you leave your world?"
Orion's expression darkened, the sadness returning to his eyes.
"I was sent here
He said quietly.
to find something or someone. I didn't know what it was at first. But now, I think I do.
He looked at Elara, his gaze intense as if searching her soul.
It's you. Elara. You're what I've been searching for.
Elara felt a chill run down her spine.
Me?
She whispered.
But why?
Because you have a choice to make.
Orion said, his voice solemn.
A choice that will determine the fate of both our worlds.
Elara's heart pounded in her chest.
What kind of choice?
Orion stepped closer, taking her hands in his.
You can stay here. In Lumana. Where you've always been safe. Always known what to expect. Or, you can come with me. To my world. Where everything is uncertain. Where danger and adventure await. If you choose to stay, I'll leave. And you'll never see me again. But if you choose to come with me, we'll face whatever lies ahead together.
Elara's mind swirled with emotions. Fear, excitement, confusion. She looked into Orion's eyes, searching for answers, but all she saw was the same uncertainty that she felt.
Why me?
She asked again, her voice barely more than a whisper.
Because
Orion said, his tone softening.
you're special. Elara. There's something inside you. Something that connects us. That connects our worlds. I don't know what it is yet. But I know that we're meant to find out together.
Elara's thoughts raced. Her whole life she had felt the pull of the sea, the longing for something beyond her reach. And now, here was Orion, offering her the chance to discover what that something was. But it meant leaving everything she knew behind. Lumina, the library, the quiet life she had built for herself. Could she do it? Could she take that leap into the unknown, trusting Orion to guide her through whatever lay ahead? As she stood there, the cool night air swirling around them, the light from the pool casting a soft glow on their faces, Elara realized that she had already made her choice.
I'll go with you.
She said, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her heart.
I don't know what lies ahead. But I can't ignore this feeling. This connection between us. Whatever it is. I want to find out.
Orion's eyes brightened, a smile tugging at the corners of his lips.
Thank you. Elara.
He said, his grip on her hands tightening.
I promise. I'll do everything I can to protect you. To help you find the answers you're looking for.
Elara nodded, feeling a mixture of fear and excitement coursing through her veins.
When do we leave?
She asked.
Now.
Orion replied.
There's no time to waste.
He led her to the edge of the pool, the light from within casting their shadows on the rocks behind them.
Hold on to me.
He instructed, wrapping his arm around her waist. Elara obeyed, clutching Orion's side as he stepped into the water. The surface rippled beneath their feet, but instead of sinking, they found themselves standing on a solid yet fluid surface, as if the water was holding them up.
Close your eyes.
Orion said softly. Elara did as she was told, squeezing her eyes shut as the light around them grew brighter and brighter. She felt a strange sensation, as if the ground beneath her was shifting, pulling her down and lifting her up at the same time. It was as if the very fabric of reality was bending around them, reshaping itself to fit them in. When she opened her eyes again, they were no longer in the cove. Instead, they stood on the edge of a vast, glowing sea, unlike anything Elara had ever seen. The water shimmered with a light that seemed to come from within, and the sky above them was a deep, endless expanse of stars, far more brilliant than those in Lumina.
Welcome to my world.
Orion said, his voice filled with both pride and sadness. Elara's breath caught in her throat as she took in the sight before her. It was beautiful, yes, but there was something else too, a sense of foreboding, as if this world held secrets that could change everything. As they stood there, gazing out at the glowing sea, a shadow fell over them. Elara looked up and gasped as a massive ship emerged from the horizon, its sails glowing with the same inner light as the water. It was unlike any ship she had ever seen, its design sleek and otherworldly, with markings that seemed to... As Elara and Orion stood on the edge of the glowing sea, the atmosphere around them seemed to shift. The shimmering water reflected the stars above, casting a soft, ethereal light across their faces. Elara was still processing everything, but she couldn't help feeling a sense of foreboding in the air. Suddenly, from the distant horizon, shapes began to emerge. Dark, sleek vessels gliding silently across the glowing sea. Elara's breath caught in her throat as she saw figures standing at the helm of each ship, their eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. They were Orion's people.
They've noticed.
Orion said quietly, his voice tinged with both pride and sadness.
They've sensed my return.
Elara tightened her grip on his arm, her heart pounding.
What do they want?
They're here to ensure I fulfill my mission.
He replied, his gaze fixed on the approaching ships.
But they don't know about you. Not yet.
Elara's pulse quickened. She wasn't just a bystander anymore. She was part of whatever was coming next. The ships drew closer, their silent approach filling the night with a palpable tension.
We don't have much time.
Orion whispered.
We must leave before they find out.
Elara nodded, her resolve hardening. There was no turning back now.